Hello, and this is part two, the second part of my Indo-European-Adjacent Conlang family YouTube series thing, um, in which I intend to create some roots and do a bit of derivational morphology, and in the process, you work out the phonotactics a bit more. Uh, as we go, I don't like that consonant cluster. Let's make it illegal, that sort of thing. Um, but firstly, um, E and U are equivalent to syllabic J and W. This is an interesting statement. Um, it means we have syllabic resonance in the first place. Um, uh, well, and in the last episode, I think I said something about zero grade. But we don't have our blood in the real proto language. We're going to evolve that. Um, so we don't have a zero grade. Do we want to allow syllabic resonance, non-vocalic um, um, of sort stuff thing? Yeah, you get the idea. Do we want to allow that? I mean, that's interesting because we could have syllabic L and R, which Indo-European did have. Um, uh, mm, yes. I'm tempted to make syllabic consonants come later when the zero grade evolves, when ablaut comes along. The trouble with that is then we only have one vowel, R, and this seems somewhat unlikely. So I want to have E and U not only come from syllabic consonants. Um, um, so I'm going to get rid of that. We have no syllabic, well, the only things that are allowed to be syllabic at this point are vowels. Um, uh, um, yes. And also, this says that O and D are allophones of I and U around uvulars. Well, what about J and W? We could, because logically around uvulars, those would be allophonically non-syllabic E and non-syllabic O, which um, which we could reinterpret as the off-glide of a diphthong, and then that could be contrastive. So I'm going to do that later. Um, uh, Same with um, non-syllabic um, O, 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 and E with W and J. That is not a title, XO. Um, yes. So this is going to be allophonic in the proto-lang. What else do we do here? I want to make some roots. Um, we are going to have, right, we're going to rename this. This is going to be, deriv morph, um, derivational morphology, 200% so you can see it. Derivational morphology. That is a title. This is not good. Excel understands what I want for once. Let's see. So we're going to have mostly verbal roots, like in Indo-European. Okay. I want to make some roots. Um, right. I'm going to use a Conlang word generator for this. I'll see if I can blow it up so you can see it. Um, uh, hang on. Can I blow this up? Hang on. View, zoom. Let's, um, hang on. Hang on. Let's make it 20. Okay. Right, Zompist, Mark Rosenfelder's website, which will have a tool for us to use called Gen, or I think there's even a Gen 2 now or something. The Religion Construction Kit. Hang on. Let's phonology builder, no, don't want that. Conlanging, the Gen, JavaScript language generator. Is this what we want? Yes, it is. Right, categories rewrite rules. This is what we want. Okay. I hope you can see this. I'll make it a bit bigger still. Right. So we've got to have our categories. Can we save all of this? It will have to be, oh, and it's got a drop-off function where it puts the things in order of, we'll put it equiprobable. Generate clear. We can't save this, can we? I'm tempted to go find awkwords. The original host awkwords is no longer hosted at the original place. So I am going to, I believe we can find it https:// is www space.com/.com/awkwords, capital A. Right, does this take us to awkwords? Yes it does. Ha-ha. Ha-ha. Right, this is precisely what I wanted. This, okay. This is awkwords, my favorite Conlang word generator. We're going to clear all of this out. The vowels are R, E, and U. What are our categories for the fricative stop? Right. F for fricative. What are our fricatives? S, A, H, Hw, and H. Our stops are... Oh, this is interesting. Let's just copy this directly from Excel. And put slashes in where it matters. Um, hmm, should I use colons for length? Probably. The IPA length sign is officially not a colon, but close enough. Okay. So stop, fricative. The vowel is mandatory. No, fricative stop is the pattern. Uh, fricative stop. Um, what comes next? W or nasal? W or nasal? Nasals are M and N. We don't have a ng. We don't have a ng. At least not phonemically. Um, oh, yeah, we need to escape the capital letters. Oh, we need to give. Hang on, we need to escape. Right, we're using a capital X for the velar fricative. We need to escape that. Okay. What else? Plus liquid plus R and L is a liquid. So, L for liquid, R/L liquid, plus an optional yod, I believe. And now we get to define vowels, which R, E, U. Okay. How does this come out? Okay, these are onsets and nuclei. Ra, chlu, chlu, twi, chni, pra, chlu, nia, ri, sna, mri. Okay, the probabilities are way off. We need to work on, okay, we need to add some weights. For example, this yod should be added, should not be this common. At the moment, it's just a 1/2 chance, so it's all over the place. And we don't want that. So... Oh, the chances. Hang on, let's new line each. Filtered duplicates 10. Okay, this is more manageable. Crew. Ah, okay. 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 Right. How do I... Now I need to reverse the pattern completely. No. Should the coda pattern be a complete, a simple reversing of the onset pattern? Not necessarily. Hang on. Well, let's get the onsets right first. And I'm going to save this, because, I'm just going to save that because it really don't want to lose these, sub patterns and things that I've put in. What is there now to do? Oh yes, probabilities, weights. So the yod is going to be ×1. The both these things are going to be ×3, I think. Um, how does this work? Weight 331. Uh, okay. It can't pass this. Um, um, F times 3. This times 1. Um, okay, now we have less yod. Okay. Um, I feel this should be times 1 as well. Um, this should be times 3. How does this work out? Ta, ri. Uh, okay. Um, okay. Me, mew, snrew, snrew. I don't like nr. I don't think I like nr. Well, actually, it occurs in Russian. Nr does occur in Russian. It's not implausible. I'm not sure I like it though. Hnya. Well, snr. I'm not. I think it's snr that I don't like, but snr. I guess I would be fine with. Let's leave it for now. Let's not outlaw any cut clusters just now. Um. Let's see. Um. Okay. This also seems like a we can in bracketum this whole thing. One. No. Hang on. Oh, let's see. Um. Oh, do we want to make it 3 times more likely? I don't know. Let's make it twice. No, not twice. That's too little. Call this 4. We put this in brackets. Call that times 2, maybe. We want it more common than the year. Okay, I think this is pretty good, actually, now. I do want to change the orthography, actually. This has got to be, we're going to use colons, I have decided. No, we are not, are we? Hang on, how does this look like? How does this look? What does this look like? Stra, 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 okay. This is okay. Do I like it necessarily? I think I do. Um, it also looks nicer with, yes, here we go. This looks nicer. Right, I'm going to save this. Right, generate this. Let's get ourselves some, I'm, are the do we allow roots to have coders? Um, uh, this is interesting. If we could theoretically just have these onsets and nuclei be the roots. Um, and for example, we could have pia as a root, and the coda would be supplied by the morphological ending. I don't know if this is plausible. It's um, uh, the trouble is, if we allow the root to supply the coda, then we can run into, what do you call them, constraints, phonotactic constraints, and then you have to uh, add another. You have to play with. Uh, it gets a bit complicated. I'm not actually. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to repeat this on the other side. Um, Backwards. And see what we get. Going to save it again. And generate. Okay. Is, Fla. Okay, I like this. The question is, well, in Indo-European, in Proto-Indo-European, roots were not allowed to end in a vowel or begin with a vowel, at least in laryngealist Indo-European, which everybody's Indo-European is these days. Um, do we enforce that constraint? Maybe. I don't know. Now, what do we like here? Um, let's see. Um, what can we take as an example verbal root? Most of our roots are going to be verbal, like in Proto-Indo-European. Um, I'm going to. Are the fricative onsets too common? Um, I think the fricative onsets are too common. Um, make this times 2, and then in the coda we can make it times 2 as well. Try that. Yuck. Yuck. I like this. Yuck. Um, let's have a new. Let's insert a sheet. Rename roots. Make this 200% as well. Right. Yuck. Yuck is going to be a verbal root, meaning I kind of want, I kind of want to make it to throw. But that's, I believe I'm being influenced by Latin there, but yuck. What else could it be other than to throw? Um, uh, I I don't know. I'm just going to say to throw. Um, um, so then again, we might call, for example, the thing that is thrown. We might have an affix for the thing that is. Um, and we call the thing that is thrown might be some sort of hunting implement, a spear, or maybe a ball or something like that. Um, let's see. Cool. Cool. Uh, cool sounds dark and gloomy. Cool. Cool. E to shade, to cover, to bury, to 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 I I'm going to make this. We can't have all verbal roots, but we can. But well, I, Indo-European didn't have all verbal roots either. It had some. So we're going to make this. Some roots were just, I believe, just nouns, not So we can do this too. We can do cool. It sounds to me like some sort of swamp or bog, somewhere gloomy. Um, uh, also, um, abstract. We can call this. Um, do we want to have abstract roots, or do we want to derive them from concrete roots by extensions, by suffixes and things? This is a question. Because this, I really want to say this is dark or gloomy. Um, I don't know if, but I don't know if that's actually what I want to do. Because I might make it a verbal root to cover, to shade, to, or a stative verb to be dark or gloomy. Um, do we want true adjectives, or do we want our adjectives to be derived from stative verbal roots? Um, um, uh, well, let's say, just say we have them derived from stative verbal roots, but the to be in the definition column is implied. Um, Adjectives mostly come from stative verbal roots. The to be in the definition column is implied. Okay, we have ourselves and yuck and cool. Um, see. Do I see? Do I want to allow? Because then we could, if the things ends with that, we could end up with vowels in hiatus. Indo-European didn't allow it, so I won't either. Um, um, oh, also, uh, have pitch accent at least once. Valence, sister, more, accentual valence as a lexical property of morphemes. Maybe that's something to do, perhaps. Let me save the spreadsheet. How are we? How's the 28 minutes? Okay. Weiss. Pile. I like pile. Pile. What should pile be? No. Pile. Something tool. Pile. Pile. Grow, to be tool. Tower, to tower. Pile. Green. Pile. I'm going to leave that for now. Ir. Weiss. Weiss. My Weiss, my Indo-European instinct wants to make this something to do with knowledge, or seeing, to see. I'll give in to my instinct. Pleat, pleat. Oh God, I'm aspirating the fortis. Maybe they are allophonically aspirated. I don't know. Split. What? What? Sounds. Well, I think we're coming up on half an hour, which is the length that the first episode was. So perhaps we might end the second part here, having set up set up awkwards to generate syllables for us, um, uh, and used some of those syllables as roots, and decided a bit about the derivational morphology, and added some uh, stuff to the ideas page. Not really done much, any phonotactics, forbidding clusters and things like that, which I said we might do, but there's still time for that. Anyhow, I shall see you in the third part.